If you're interested in knowing how the coronavirus has affected our market here in Central Florida, you won't want to miss this video. Hey everyone, I'm Daniel Betancourt with RE/MAX Town Center, and just wanted to give a quick update on the real estate market and how the coronavirus has affected the market here in Central Florida, and go over some more hyper-local areas, specifically the area where I live, which is called Horizon West in Central Florida. It's part of Winter Garden, a city on the west side of Orange County. We're here on the southwest end of Orange County, but wanted to go over the numbers first for the Orlando region. Here we are now in the middle of April. We've been in quarantine for over a month, and I went over the numbers about a month ago, kind of when we were early on in this process, and now it's been a month. We know a lot more about how this is affecting the real estate market, and just wanted to share some of that information with you. So first I'll go over the numbers. For the Orlando region, these are Orlando agents, part of the Orlando Regional Realtor Association. Most of us here in the Orlando region, it encompasses all of Orange County and some of the surrounding areas. But over the last 7 days, there have been 786 new listings here in the Orlando region. So what that means, people are still listing their homes for sale, even though the coronavirus is going on. Some people have to sell, some people want to sell. Pending transactions are ones where offers have been accepted. So over the last 7 days in the Orlando region, 770 homes have gone under contract. That's 770 offers have been accepted in this region. So sellers are accepting offers, buyers are making acceptable offers right now. Sold transactions. So over the last 7 days, residential transactions, 722 closings took place in the Orlando region. So those numbers are down a little bit from the previous update that I gave about a month ago. They're down maybe 11% or so. But considering the quarantine and considering the effects on the rest of the economy and our lives, a reduction 10 or 11% isn't a huge deal. Wanted to look back now at the Horizon West area. So the Horizon West area of Winter Garden, it also encompasses some of the south side of Windermere. Over the last 7 days, 36 new listings. Over the last 7 days, 38 new listings under contract. So new pendings, new offers were accepted over the last 7 days, 38 of those. Sold over the last 7 days, there were 42. But something that was really interesting that I didn't look up in the last update was homes that are temporarily off the market. So if you're selling your home and you don't want anyone walking through your home because you're concerned about virus spreading through your house or visitors coming in, the risk. Most people are home right now. They have their kids home. Some folks just don't want to entertain visitors right now, understandably so. So temporarily off-market homes in Horizon West was 56 over the last 30 days. Now, the 30 days before that, the number was 12. So that's up about 4 times. So we've got 4 times the amount of homes that are temporarily off the market. And the previous month, so 30 to 60 days ago, that number was 12. For the Orlando region in total, there's 721 homes right now temporarily off the market. And the 30 to 60 day number back was 169. So there's 4 times the amount of homes temporarily off the market as of the last 30 days. So that number has quadrupled, and that's pretty telling of the times. But considering those homes are off the market, homes are still moving and transactions are still happening. What the MLS, the Multiple Listing Service, has allowed temporarily is for if your home is available for sale and your realtor has done some type of a virtual tour video. On my listings, I'm doing a 3D virtual tour video where you can actually walk yourself through the home virtually. But if your agent has done something like that, or even walked themselves through the house with a cell phone, the MLS is allowing us to place a link to that virtual tour in the public remarks. So if you know, the point of that is to reduce the amount of visitors that walk through your home. And the ones that have seen the virtual tour and still are interested in viewing your home, those are going to be really serious buyers. Any realtor right now, and I've told the agents on my team, if you're working with a buyer right now, they should absolutely be pre-approved. And before you show them any homes, they should have seen a virtual tour and loved the virtual tour and be pre-approved and not feeling ill before you take them out. So the other things that are being advised of us is that if anyone is feeling ill, obviously you don't want to go out viewing homes if you're a realtor or a buyer. And any homes that we do see, we should be suited up and protected, rubber gloves, dust masks, hand sanitizer, the whole bit. Sellers are advised to leave their interior doors open and lights on to minimize visitors touching things and spreading germs. So I know the coronavirus, you know, you can be asymptomatic, so you can feel fine and still be carrying it and spreading it around. Some of the other things I wanted to touch on quickly, virtual open houses. So the MLS is allowing something that they call virtual open houses. This is something new. They weren't allowing this before, where your agent can host a live Zoom conference call where they can be at the house between certain hours and schedule that just like an open house, except they're there with their phone ready to virtually walk people through the home one-on-one. Other things I wanted to talk about, I've seen a lot of questions out there in public forums about assistance from the government for various things. I know the utility companies, you should call your utility company to verify, but utility companies are offering forgiveness to an extent. So they're not, based on what I know, they're not shutting your power off due to failure to pay for the next 60 days. Also, the county has restricted evictions for lack of payment for 60 days, and same thing goes for now with foreclosures. So if you've missed your payments in those areas, they're not cutting your lights off, they're not evicting you, and they're not foreclosing on you temporarily. A lot of the mortgage companies are offering assistance, so if you're having trouble with your mortgage payments, you definitely want to call your mortgage company and discuss your options with them. Thankfully, for the last few years, Central Florida has seen a lot of appreciation in their homes. So if you've bought over the last few years, you should have equity, and you shouldn't be in a situation where you have negative equity. We haven't seen anything in the market right now that shows that prices are coming down at all, so no one necessarily is losing their equity, but especially Horizon West area, there are a lot of tourism-related jobs, and I know lots of people are being put on furlough, and lots of people have been laid off, and I'm sure that will have some effect months down the road. Usually before anything affects the market, it has been months where people have had trouble getting back on their feet for many months before we see that having an impact. But I don't expect any of this to be anything like the last housing crash of 2009 through 2012. A lot of the economic indicators and the lending guidelines at the time were so relaxed it was ridiculous, and that's not really happening now. The lenders have tightened up a lot, you know, since then, but during this coronavirus even more so. They're still lending, but they're requiring some extra assets from borrowers who are borrowing money to buy a house, and they're double checking their job security as well. The new construction in the area, all the builders that I've been speaking with, their sales offices are closed. They're working by appointment only, so they're still conducting business as well. Some of the builders who had international buyers who were buying from outside of the country due to travel restrictions, some of those transactions have fallen through the cracks, unfortunately, but I foresee the market recovering here in Central Florida. We're pretty resilient in Florida in general. As long as the weather is warm, our market will stay resilient. So hopefully no one watching this has been really affected health-wise by the coronavirus. If so, thoughts and prayers go out to you. And I just hope everybody stays safe. If you'd like any information on the market or any information about any real estate questions in general, I'd be happy to answer those. You can reach me at 407-375-9142. And until the next update, I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks.